You too can get back out there with arch supports from the Good Feet store.
Judy Justice, weekday afternoons at 3 on News Channel 6.
DriveBaby.com. Click, click.
Now on News Channel 6, cracking down on teen takeovers. What local law enforcement is doing to control any potential chaos as your News at 5 starts right now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 5.
Well, good evening, everyone. I'm Kim Vickers in for Brad and Jenny. Thank you so much for joining us. Our coverage you can count on begins with law enforcement agencies across the country dealing with so-called teen takeovers. Large gatherings of unsupervised teens that can turn quickly chaotic or dangerous, and local agencies say they're paying attention here in the CSRA as well. From shopping centers to parking lots and public gathering spaces, teen takeovers have become a growing concern in cities across the country, with some incidents leading to fights, property damage, road shutdowns, and large police responses. The Richmond County Sheriff's Office says these large gatherings can quickly become a public safety issue.
We have had them in the past where the wrong crowd shows up and firearms get displayed, and then you got bullets flying everywhere. So you have the chance of community property getting damaged, kids getting shot, which has happened in the past, unfortunately. It's just a lot of things that can occur when it comes to teen violence.
The Sheriff's Office says parents and community involvement play a major role in keeping situations from escalating. Well, tonight, strong reaction online to the announcement that Columbia County's annual July 4th fireworks show will be a ticketed event. The county announcing on social media Thursday that to get into Boom in the Park, you'll have to have a ticket. Those tickets will be available to Columbia County residents ages 18 and over. There's a lot of conversation online with people wondering why tickets are not available to everybody, no matter where they live.
As we decided, all right, it's time for us to reduce the crowds, to make it much more public safety friendly, and to make it much more family friendly. And the way we came up with was we felt like the best way was free ticketing. And because we did reduce capacity, we basically said, all right, we need to prioritize Columbia County residents first.
If you are a Columbia County resident and want to get tickets, they are free. You can pick them up starting Tuesday at Patriots Park Gym at 6 a.m., the Columbia County Government Buildings A and B starting at 9 a.m., and the Columbia County Performing Arts Center starting at 9:30 a.m. You have to be 18 or older with a valid ID or proof of residency, and there is a limit of 8 per household. The county says information about ticket availability for people who live outside Columbia County will be available in June. Chief Meteorologist Jenna Petracci joining us, and now for a check of the weather. Jenna, it looks like it's getting pretty nasty in places out there.
Yeah, definitely an active Friday evening on radar, Kim. You can see we do have those isolated storms happening at the moment, so nothing widespread, but some of us are really seeing some heavy rain, and we did have a severe thunderstorm warning earlier for McCormick County. That has now expired, so McCormick, you're actually mostly dry, but now we're watching another cell that has developed over Lincolnton, so I'm keeping an eye on that. Not severe at this time, just some heavy rain and lightning. This storm is also pretty gnarly. We have some heavy rain and lightning around Gibson, Stapleton, Rennes, also not severe, but frequent cloud to ground lightning with that heavy rainfall. Around the CSRA, temperatures are ranging from 80 in Bamberg to 91 in Millen. So a little bit cooler towards the north, hotter down towards the south, but all of us are feeling the summer-like conditions today, and that's thanks to dew points back to around 70. These are the highest dew points we've had all year so far. So it is definitely humid out there, making it feel as hot as around 95 degrees in some spots. So our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam showing dry conditions right now over the ballpark. We do have a Green Jackets game tonight. They're playing the Columbia Fireflies starting at 7:05. It will still be very isolated activity over the next couple of hours, but then once we get to around 9 o'clock and then into the overnight hours, that's when the rain could become more widespread, and we'll continue to see that heavy rain and lightning as we go into Memorial Day weekend. Rain chances are very high, up to 80%. I'll time that out on your Futurecast coming up. Back to you, Kim.
All right, Jenna, thank you. And due to those storms Jenna just told us about, the remaining graduation exercises in Columbia County are being moved indoors. According to the school district, Grovetown High School's commencement exercises will be held at the Columbia County Performing Arts Center. Please bring your ticket with you. And Thompson High School has postponed its graduation until tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. The city of Aiken is asking residents to help conserve water as drought conditions worsen across South Carolina. You're asked to voluntarily limit outdoor watering, such as washing cars and sidewalks. Non-essential water use for city operations is also being reduced. New state data shows 61 people drowned in Georgia waterways last year, according to the Georgia Department of Natural Resources. That's why Georgia Power is urging people to stay safe on the water this Memorial Day weekend. Atlanta Bureau Chief Archit Seshadri reports.
With large crowds expected at lakes and campgrounds this Memorial Day weekend, Georgia Power is pushing its Splash water safety campaign. The campaign urging adults to supervise children, wear life jackets, and check water depth before diving or jumping in.
We're hoping to avoid drowning accidents, especially in lakes that are near some of our infrastructure and dams. Protect yourself by wearing a life jacket and listen out for any sirens or alarms that are near our infrastructure. You will hear a very loud alarm. If there are any emergencies, look out for flags or safety precautions from our team members.
The company also wants people to watch for electrical hazards near docks, boats, and marinas where water could become electrified due to faulty wiring.
So water near the boats may be electrified. So avoid jumping in water near the boats or near the dock. And then make sure you look before you leap. You never know how deep the water is, especially once you get deeper out there in your boats. Make sure you look exactly where you're going. If you see something, say something out at the lakes. We do have team members that work around the clock to make sure our lakes are safe. But we want people to be safe out there. So make sure you throw out a life jacket. Children, older adults, or any adults, just make sure you have a life jacket.
Georgia Power says it does not inspect privately owned boats or docks, but recommends using only marine-rated electrical equipment near water. Reporting in Atlanta, Archit Seshadri, Atlanta Bureau Chief.
Local students are lacing up their shoes to run for the fallen. Channel 6. Coming up, heading to the beach for Memorial Day weekend, how South Carolina is making sure everyone stays safe. Up next.
This is what everyone's talking about.
And the slam!
This is winner take all. It's all happening now on the home of the NBA Finals. Don't miss it, June 3rd on ABC and the ESPN app.
Next, ET, behind the scenes of the late.
It's Memorial Day weekend, which means more people are heading for the beach. Hannah Baker tells us how South Carolina beach towns are preparing.
We expect this, especially, Memorial Day is kind of the kickoff of the summer, so we expect a big crowd.
Memorial Day weekend kicking off today, meaning increased law enforcement across low-country beaches.
We always up staff. We have officers brought in who normally would be off. They're going to be working overtime. We have our beach patrol that will be out there wearing the blue shirts, driving up and down the beach.
Isle of Palms, Folly Beach, and Sullivan's Island Police Departments all staffing up to prepare for the crowds and reminding people to follow the rules of the beach.
So making sure you don't have any alcohol, glass on the beach, no smoking on the beach. And each beach access has those posted rules.
They're also reminding everyone to pay close attention to your body with high temperatures. Drink plenty of water and take breaks in the shade. If you're planning on swimming, check for rip currents and know what to do if you get pulled out. Stay calm and swim parallel to the shore until you're out of the current. Then swim back to shore. Lifeguards are on duty at county parks, and they'll be keeping a close eye on swimmers this weekend.
At Isle of Palms County Park and Folly Beach County Park, we went on duty about 2 weeks ago, and then starting this weekend, we'll go on duty there daily, and we'll also have lifeguards at Kiowa Beach, Walker County Park. If rip currents are present or there's a higher risk of them, we'll utilize those flags as necessary.
But due to staffing shortages, there will be no lifeguards at the Folly Beach Pier this year. Park directors telling me they'll be working closely with law enforcement, though, to ensure everyone on the beach remains safe.
Every weekend from now on is probably going to be busy. We'll work with Folly Beach Public Safety and all of our law enforcement friends out there to make sure people are staying safe.
Well, South Carolina Highway Patrol is ramping up enforcement ahead of the holiday weekend. Troopers will be positioned every 10 miles on major interstates to enforce safe driving. Highway Patrol says this time of year means more accidents on state roads, and they say you can expect to see more law enforcement on the road.
Anytime we stop somebody, depending on the area we stop them, don't freak out if you get stopped. Definitely don't stop in the middle of the road. If you see a trooper behind you or a set of lights behind you, pull to a safe location. When it comes to, people seeing law enforcement up ahead on a traffic stop or working a collision, If it's practical, we ask people to move over for us with that move over law when it comes to first responders.
Highway Patrol says its goal this weekend is 0 traffic-related deaths statewide. Still ahead, high gas prices this Memorial Day weekend. How travelers we spoke to feel about the cost after the forecast.
And we have another strong storm that has developed impacting parts of McDuffie and Columbia counties. There is a special weather statement for the possibility of 45-mile-per-hour wind gusts and nickel-sized hail until 5:45. I'll have more details coming up in your full forecast. Stay with us.
The CSRA's favorite news app is now even better with easier access to local news, weather, and live streaming video. Download the News Channel 6 mobile app.
Do you remember to defrost the...
Attention viewers, CW6 is now available today on Hulu. It's never been easier to watch all your favorite CW shows, sports, talk, reality, and so much more. CW6. Watch it today on Hulu. Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live 5/6.
Welcome back. Here's another look at that special weather statement impacting a portion of Columbia County and especially McDuffie County, just to the south of Thompson. See this cell here at the pink color? That is where we have the possibility of some nickel-sized hail. There's also the possibility of 45-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and I'm actually just now seeing this. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning. You can see that yellow outline, so not just a special weather statement, but it's now been upgraded to a severe warning for that same portion of McDuffie, Columbia, and a small slither of Richmond County. And I'll take a step off screen so I can get you more information on that, but I know it's for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail, so please be careful. There's the latest scan there. It's moving north at 15 miles per hour. You can see that warning goes until 6 p.m., and this rain will be impacting Thompson very soon. Deering, Harlem, Grovetown, you are all included under this severe thunderstorm warning. Now let's look across the rest of the CSRA. We have a couple more special weather statements for strong storms in eastern Aiken County around Wagner, also up in Saluda County. Those are for nickel-sized hail and 45-mile-per-hour wind gusts. We did have a severe warning earlier for McCormick and Lincolnton. That cell has moved to the north, but we have another cell producing heavy rain and lightning around the lake in Lincoln County. Emmanuel, you're also seeing a few spotty showers, but nothing strong or severe at this time. Now we have a lot more rain to come. I'm tracking this line of scattered showers and storms currently around Covington and then down towards South Georgia, and then more rain back to the west in Alabama as well. Now, here's our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam, but it just went out. This is clearly not the right view. It's not quite that dark outside in Thompson, but just a moment ago, our camera was showing a lot of wind coming through. The camera was shaking. You could see the storm in the distance. 88 degrees out there, feeling like 93. Dew points are high in the upper 60s.
The National Weather Service in Columbia has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for McDuffie County in east central Georgia, western Columbia County in east central Georgia, west central Richmond County in east central Georgia until 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 5:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Thompson, moving north at 15 miles per hour. The following hazards are expected: 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source: radar indicated. The following impacts are expected: hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to trees and power lines. Locations impacted include Thompson, Harlem, Appling, Mistletoe State Park, Thompson McDuffie County Airport, Wrightsboro, Deering, Winfield, Sweetwater Park, Artie's Pond Public Fishing Area, McDuffie County Fire Department, Adamsville, Thompson Fire Department, McDuffie Regional Medical Center, White Hope Campground, Awney, Bonneville, Columbia County Jail, Wildwood Park, and Ansley Mill. This includes Interstate 20 in Georgia between mile markers 166 and 185.
For for Memorial Day weekend. We will have that threat of lightning and the heavy rain throughout the weekend with some damaging wind gusts and small hail. Some places could end up getting up to around 4 inches of rain. Our southeastern counties, unfortunately, when it comes to that drought, we won't be seeing a lot of rainfall, but more rain chances are on the way over the next 7 days. So when we factor in all the rain next week, a lot of us could end up getting to at least around 4 inches. You can see rain chances are at 80% Saturday through Monday, then down to 40% throughout the middle of next week, with temperatures eventually cooling down into the upper 70s by the following weekend.
And my family's camping this weekend. Looks like we're going to be staying inside the camper for a lot of it.
Please be careful, Kim.
Absolutely. All right, Jenna, thank you so much. Well, gas prices remain high this Memorial Day. Sci-fi joins the Star Wars universe. We'll hear from Sigourney Weaver after the break.
I'm Mike Costello of the President's Award winner, Honda Cars of Aiken.
My father told me a story once. It really put things into perspective. He told me that when he first started, he was under a house and it was super late at night and it was cold and all these pipes all over town were freezing and bursting. And he said it was so cold he couldn't even bend his hands. That moment for me tested whether you're really going to serve, whether you really mean business, or whether you're just kind of in this for convenience or comfort. And I continued to work at that house until I fixed every leak.
After a serious wreck, the insurance company will try to...
Attention Augusta. Now boarding flights for your summer adventures.
Augusta Regional Airport is your travel gateway, connecting you to your favorite destinations with direct flights to Atlanta, Charlotte, Dallas-Fort Worth, and Washington, D.C. Why travel before you travel? Experience the convenience of flying out of AGS with easy parking and shorter security lines. You'll start your vacation before leaving home. Book your trip at flyags.com. Augusta Regional Airport. Fly there, fly home.
She's battled aliens in deep space and traveled to the planet Pandora. Now the queen of sci-fi is going where she's never gone before, to a galaxy far, far away. George Pinocchio sits down with Sigourney Weaver.
This isn't about revenge. It's about preventing another war.
Sigourney Weaver makes her Star Wars debut as Colonel Ward in The Mandalorian and Grogu. Like many of the characters she's played, the Colonel is a force to be reckoned with.
You know, I'm a great admirer of women in the armed services because for years when I was growing up, there'd be this crazy dialogue about, oh, well, women can't serve in combat. They'll fall apart. They'll panic. So to see how excellent they are in all the different branches of the armed services all over the world, I was very proud to play a woman like that. You work for us.
She also isn't afraid to trust her gut.
Here's this guy. He's got a helmet on and a little green person in a dress, and I have already made the decision to hire them to do this very important mission. No one knows what he looks like, and most believe him to be dead.
Not a lot to go on.
Just 2 years before Weaver wowed audiences in Alien, these much friendlier visitors from another planet made their mark outside the Chinese theater in Hollywood. One jump to light speed later, so did Weaver.
It was a very emotional moment for me because, as I said, my father grew up in LA, and he would have been in high school in the Roaring 20s when Grauman's first started to do these. I'm really glad it happened to me when I have been doing this for 50 years. I'm not sure I would embrace it in the same way if it had happened younger. I can really appreciate it now.
George Pinocchio for ABC News.
Well, that does it for us this half hour, but we have more coverage you can count on at 5:30, including California Governor Gavin Newsom taking aim at one particular oil company. We'll have the latest up next.
The Bushes and the Morgans finally together.
Dessert, anyone?
Kyle Busch using his pit crew for brunch? That's a power move.
Why can't we be normal?
Hiring America's largest injury law firm for your injury. That's also a power move.
Not bad. We've been eating all wrong.
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
When you get approached from somebody...
Rise and shine. If you live at St. John Towers, you don't want to miss a minute of the day ahead.
Join good friends for fun and games? Maybe hop on the bus for an outing. Take a fitness class. Drop by the lively dining room for a meal. Walk your dog. Or simply enjoy quiet time in your cozy apartment. Pay us a visit and see why St. John Towers has been Augusta's premier senior living community for more than 50 years.
Zepbound. Watch this. Zepbound. Watch this. Watch this.
The live Viper 6 Skyview Network, sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai. Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 5:30.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Dee Griffin. Thanks so much for joining us. We begin with a look at your local headlines at the bottom of this hour. As summer approaches, law enforcement agencies across the county are dealing with the so-called teen takeovers, large gatherings of unsupervised teens that can quickly turn chaotic or dangerous. And local agencies say they're paying attention here in the CSRA as well. Also, the county announcing on social media Thursday that to get into the Boom in the Park, you'll have to have a ticket. Those tickets will be available to Columbia County residents ages 18 and over. And there's a lot of conversation online and with people wondering why tickets are not available to everyone, no matter where they live. Doctors at WellStar MCG have a new tool to help with certain procedures. It's the first of its kind at the CSRA, and we'll have a look at that as well coming up at 6. But first, a record number of Americans are expected to travel for the holiday. Andrew Denberg reports.
Memorial Day weekend is off to a...
Time now for a first look at our weather, and Chief Meteorologist Jennifer Tracci joins us now. And I guess I was a little startled when I looked up because I saw all of that red all of a sudden. I looked up and there it is. Wow.
For the first time in a while, Dee, I haven't had to talk about storms like this in forever.
Yeah,
it feels like.
It's been a long time.
And it's good that we're getting the rain, but this is not good. This is a severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Columbia and McDuffie County until 6 p.m. tonight. You can see the worst of the cell is right over Thompson. I was going to show our Skyview cam, but unfortunately it just went out. It's very windy. There's heavy rain coming down and frequent cloud to ground lightning. There's the possibility of 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail within this severe thunderstorm warning. I also think this cell to the north of McDuffie County around Lincoln and McCormick County could also end up being severe warned. A lot of lightning there with the heavy rainfall. Now we have a couple special weather statements as well today across the CSRA. This one is moving out of Aiken County now. This was impacting Wagner earlier. Some heavy rain, breezy winds and lightning. And then here's another look at that cell. We have heavy rain over the town of McCormick right now. Lincolnton, you're dry at the moment, but more rain will be moving in soon. As we go down towards the south, a couple lightning strikes and heavy rain in Emmanuel County. Here's our live Viper 6 radar. We have a lot more rain that's going to be moving in from the west, so just try to stay inside the rest of the evening because this is just the beginning of a very stormy night. Temperature-wise, we are in the low 80s to low 90s. It's still at 90 in Thompson and Evans, but that rain will soon cool us down over there. 80 in Wrightsville, only 79 in Saluda. Dew points have hit 70 today, so it's feeling like summertime, very hot and humid. Feeling like around 94 degrees in Evans. And here's a live look on our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam. There is a Green Jackets game happening tonight, but there definitely could end up being some rain delays. First pitch is at 7:05. Temperatures will stay in the 80s, but you can see on our Futurecast model, we are going to be continuing to track that rain. I'll have more details on your Memorial Day forecast coming up. Back to you, Dee.
All right, thanks so much. We'll see you in a few minutes. And around 65% of Americans are planning to barbecue this Memorial Day weekend, according to Wallet Hub, that is. The finance website forecasts families will spend around $33 on average for cookout food and decorations, a 5% increase over last year. Consumers are expected to spend more than $2 billion on meat this weekend. It comes as the cost of beef hit a record high of more than $9.60 per pound last month. This is according to federal data. The unofficial start of the summer season is here, and as millions head to the beach, it's important to be on the lookout for dangerous rip current.
rip currents. There are currently rip current warnings along the East Coast from Florida all the way into North Carolina. The situation is particularly dangerous around Wilmington, North Carolina, where officials say there have been more than 60 rescues over the past week. One rescuer says the rip currents he is seeing are more, quote, aggressive or massive. And on Rockaway Beach, New York, a teen boy was ripped from the hands of his friends and pulled out to sea. Experts remind us if you do not get caught, or if you do get caught in a rip current, swim horizontally along the shoreline until you no longer feel that current pulling you out. Now, if you do want to get into the water, make sure you're in an area where lifeguards are posted. Well, Jersey City residents will soon have a shuttle taking them directly to the beach. Park Avenue Worldwide's weekend shuttle is adding a stop in Jersey City. It's at the Acme store on 18th Street. It will bring people to Avalon, Ocean City, and Ventnor. The shuttle will start this weekend and go through Labor Day weekend. Don't know if they're offering the surface closer to all of the beaches, that is. So if you happen to be going up north for the summer, there you have an option to take a shuttle to the beach. So tell your family and friends about it if you are heading up that way. Well, coming up on What's Trending, a new museum, a classic PBJ with a deep twist, and an iconic character making a comeback. It's all new, and it's next. Stay with us.
And we have an 80% chance of showers and storms throughout your Memorial Day weekend. Stay with us for a look at your future cast after What's Trending.
Tonight, a severe storm.
You can't always choose the weather, but you can choose your weather app. Go with the most accurate and most trusted, the Live Viper 6 mobile app. Download it today. Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Welcome back. It is really coming down here in the Augusta Metro. You can see this widespread heavy rain, very electrical storms. You can see 170 lightning strikes within the last 5 minutes. We have lightning stretching from Abbeville to the north of our viewing area to McCormick. Lincolnton, I know that there's so many lightning strikes you can barely see the town names. There's Thompson, there's Deering and Harlem, just some light rain over you now. Evans, you have a couple lightning strikes, Martinez into Richmond County. We do still have this severe thunderstorm warning until 6 p.m. for a portion of Columbia and McDuffie counties, but now we have another storm that we're focusing on, and that is a special weather statement. This could end up being upgraded to a severe warning though, but the special weather statement is for 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts and nickel-size hail. These storms are generally moving around north at 15 miles per hour. So Evans, Martinez, Augusta, down to the airport and pushing into North Augusta. This is the storm that we're watching now, and that's the one we're hearing right here at Television Park. So we have another round of rain that hasn't even gotten here yet. So we're watching this area of scattered showers and storms in Atlanta. Then more rain is to the west of us in Alabama as well. This is a live look in on our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam right outside the station. Not super windy, but the rain is definitely coming down in buckets. Great news for our drought, but please be very, very careful with all of this lightning around. 86 degrees. We have a 6-mile-per-hour wind. It's very muggy. It's also much cooler to the north of us. We have this weak wedge set up, and today we did stay clear of the 90-degree mark, but dew points are so much higher that it's really feeling like a summer-like day. So in between this warm and cold front is where we have some instability. That's where we're seeing those showers and storms fire up. It's not a widespread severe weather threat, but a couple more isolated severe storms are possible this evening. And then we do have a higher chance of severe weather for tomorrow. Starting out your morning dry though, and in the upper 60s. Then as we go into the afternoon and the evening, that's when we're going to see those showers and storms. 80% chance of rain overall throughout the entire Memorial Day weekend. It is looking very wet. We have a marginal risk of severe weather tomorrow for damaging wind gusts for everyone except for our far southeastern counties, and then pretty much the same thing when it comes to the excessive rainfall outlook, a marginal risk of that as well, so some minor flooding is possible. But like I mentioned, overall we do need this rain. You can see tonight at 7 p.m. just coming down in buckets, very widespread, and then this will continue as we go into the overnight hours. There's 4 a.m. on Saturday. But if you do want to spend some time outside, get out early tomorrow. There's a look at 11 a.m. We're dry, so there is a window for that, and it will last until around 1, 2 o'clock, depending on where you are. But by dinner time tomorrow, this is when we're going to be watching for that severe potential with damaging wind gusts, some small hail as well. Once the sun goes down, we'll lose that instability, so the threat of severe weather goes down. And then on Sunday, not as high of a severe threat. It'll be more so like today, where we're seeing some really noisy storms, a lot of lightning, a couple severe storms possible, and then a few lingering showers Monday morning. But similar forecast over the next few days, where it's mostly dry in the mornings, and then this activity really explodes during the afternoon and evening hours. A lot of places could end up getting up to around 4 inches of rain, where we see those heavier storms develop. And then we're going to see more rain chances over the next 7 days, and we could end up seeing a widespread 3 to 5 inches of rain, maybe even more in some spots. So our 10-day forecast is showing those rain chances continue all of next week with the warm and muggy conditions. And we'll be right back.
I love our new tagline for George Sink Injury Lawyers. Get the GOAT.
Well, technically, you can't say you're the greatest of all time.
GOAT is for George's outstanding attorney team, not greatest of all time.
Get the GOAT!
Yes!
Get the GOAT on your side and call all nines. Ashley's Memorial Day comes to the weather. Planning ahead is essential. That's why the 10-day forecast on News Channel 6 is sponsored by Chris Hudson Injury Law. From here, for you.
News Channel 6 and Pinnacle Bank have teamed up to help you get financially fit. Visit WJBF.com/finance to learn the basics of money management, from saving and budgeting to planning for the future. Get financially fit with Pinnacle Bank.
What's with all the goats? GOAT. George's outstanding attorney team?
After you've been injured in a car crash, call George Sink Injury Lawyers and get the GOAT on your side. Hurt? Call all nines now.
Meet Curie, the autonomous underwater robot. Curie glides above the endangered coral reef, listening and looking for life. When it spots signals from marine organisms, it uses AI tools to count fish and identify biodiversity hotspots. It's just one of many efforts going on around the world for coral reef conservation and restoration. Although it's still in the early stages of development, the team hopes it will soon become part of real missions. Pretty interesting. The things they're doing with robots, amazing. Well, that's all the time we have for this half hour. We'll have more coverage you can count on coming up next at 6, including with some incidents leading to fights, property damage, road shutdowns, and large police responses. The Richmond County Sheriff's Office says these large gatherings can quickly become a public safety issue. We will have more up next. Stay tuned.
Follow News Channel 6 on Instagram.
How do you become the largest outdoor